addition to my Culinary Council series.
If you get stopped, we can help you attack that ticket. Call today, 877-99-NO-TICKS.
Tonight I'm making for dinner shepherd's pie with, instead of ground beef, a little healthier, with ground turkey. The stars of the show, your vegetable medley. I'm using onion, celery, and carrots, although you can use any vegetable you want. You can use frozen vegetables. These are all fresh and chopped. You use peas and carrots. Again, frozen vegetables, any vegetables you want to use. Mashed potatoes. I pre-made the mashed potatoes. I used about 1.5 pounds of potatoes, probably a little too much, which is fine. I can just refrigerate whatever I don't use. I can use it some other time. And with this recipe, boxed, dehydrated mashed potatoes are fine. Matter of fact, I thought I had some. I'm out. I was going to use them, but then I just made them, and it's very easy to make mashed potatoes. You boil the potatoes. I left the skins on, as you can see. It's called, dirty mashed potatoes. I like it like that. I like my mashed potatoes like I like my women, dirty. But you can peel them though if you want. It's up to you. I like them like this. And I'm gonna finish with peas. I'm not gonna really saute them or anything. You'll see what I'm gonna do with these in a little bit. These are the stars of the show. Also use Worcestershire sauce. 4 ounces of. We're using chicken broth. If we were going to use ground beef, it would be beef broth. Most people, when they do shepherd's pie, they use ground beef, but you can use pork, you can use turkey, you can use beef, you can use a combination. If I was using beef though, I would be using a beef broth. And of course you need butter to saute the vegetables, which is the first step. The first step is we're gonna saute these vegetables. So as you can see, we melted some butter. The pan's been heated, and the first step is in go the vegetables. And we saute the vegetables until they're, starting to wilt down. You don't want to overcook them. So we're just gonna get those sauteed in the butter, and we'll come back for our next step. Okay, so you can see you can't smell it, you can see it. The vegetables are nice and fragrant, and they're cooked, but they're not burning. They've been softened up a bit. And you can also see I chopped them up pretty small. This is going to be in the shepherd's pie, So everything is kind of small to complement the shepherd's pie. So the next step is we put the beef in. A tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. So you don't want to go too much in that. It's a pretty strong flavor. You don't need a lot of that. And about 4 ounces of chicken broth or beef stock. And I'm using chicken broth because I'm using ground turkey, not ground beef. And what you want to do is you got to break this up. You want to brown the meat. You want to bring this to a simmer, as it's pretty much simmering right now. And let it all meld and let it cook for about 10 minutes. As you can see, the meat's been browned, and we're just letting it simmer. You let it simmer at this point, uncover for about 10 minutes to reduce the liquid in it. If it gets too dry, though, you got to put a little more broth in it. We're also going to season it at this point with salt and pepper. Just put any seasoning in you want. If you want to spice it up, a little red hot pepper flakes, a little Tabasco sauce, if you want to do that. There's already got Worcestershire sauce in it. I'm just going to leave it at that. Just gonna do salt and pepper. Give that another mix. Like I said, you can see it's simmering nicely on a relatively low simmer. And we're going to let this go for until it dries up a little bit. Again, you don't want to get it dry, but you want to get the liquid out of it. Another 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, so what we do now is take the meat and vegetable mixture and put it in the casserole dish. Okay, now that the meat and the vegetable mixture is in the casserole dish, here's what I do, because I love peas. What I do is I take this frozen peas. I guess you can make them unfrozen too. Probably would have been better if they were unfrozen. But I take frozen peas and I layer them on top. Okay, so I got a nice layer of peas, and what I do, I like to pack them down in there. because I got to put the mashed potatoes on top of them, and it's kind of like, they start to stick to the mashed potatoes. They kind of roll around. I kind of like a nice flat layer of peas, so I push them in there a little bit. So now we're putting the mashed potatoes on top, the final layer. Kind of got to spread it around. You see, you can lift the peas up. That's why you plop it down in strategic locations, and you spread it as little as possible. That's how I do it. Thought I made too much potatoes, but actually I didn't. I think I made just the right amount. Now I gotta spread them around a little bit. Okay, so this is the final product before it goes in. Not too many of the peas got displaced. You can see them here and there, but the layer of peas stayed pretty consistent. And now we bake it at 400 for about a half hour, basically until the potatoes get brown on top. It takes about a half hour. Just took the shepherd's pie out of the oven, and believe me, it is done. It's golden brown around the edges, and you can't feel this, of course, but it's crusty on top. It's got a nice little crust to it. You could let it stay in longer and get it browner, but it was, I got seen through the Pyrex that it was bubbling. I mean, it's fully cooked. It's very hot. Let me see if I can tilt it over and give you a better view on it. Look at that. Look at that. It's a beautiful shepherd's pie. Oh my God. I can't wait to dig in. We're going to let it cool off a little bit, and I'm going to take a sample and let you know what it tastes like. Finishing this video up before I continue and take a little sample. Got a couple things to say. First off, if you're enjoying these videos, share, like, and subscribe. Especially subscribe. I need subscribers. So please subscribe to the channel and share with your friends and draw them over here. I want to give a lot of good culinary counsel, dishes. I want to give a lot of great information about the law and things and interesting things that people need to know or just want to know. And secondly, I think you could tell, it doesn't take a lot to be a good cook. Again, I'm not a chef, I'm a cook. But in watching my videos, everything I whip up, it's just stuff I have around, normal stuff you have around the house. There's no excuse for eating junk food all the time. You get a little bit of a repertoire of recipes that you could use and expound off of. It doesn't take a lot. I did not have to be a culinary genius to put this together. And it's delicious, it's all natural, it's fresh, and it's the ultimate comfort food. I mean, shepherd's pie is the ultimate comfort food. I fell apart there a little bit. It's still a little too hot, I guess, but that's okay. We'll dig into it. Those peas, you got the carrots, you got everything. Steaming hot. Fork. Thankfully, I'm by where my forks are. Let's try it out. It smells so good. It tastes so good. Again, it's the ultimate comfort food. It's a chilly night out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go outside and finish this. A little chair outside. I'll pour myself a glass of wine. A glass of white wine goes perfect with this. Being turkey, I use turkey ground meat. Again, you can use beef, you can use pork, you can use a combination. It doesn't matter. Whatever suits your fancy. Whatever you got going on, go in the refrigerator. But I just want to wish you a salute. Cheers until the next one, and thanks for watching.